to the video. And in this video today, we are going to build an amazing dashboard here for a beginner and intermediate level. If you are a beginner or fresher or looking for building your data analyst portfolio, so this is the video for you. And in this video, we are going to build an return and refund analysis dashboard based on our Excel sheet. As you know, the getting sales is not enough in e-commerce. If returns and refunds are not under control, your business can keep losing money and they even didn't realize it. So in this project, we will take some few raw e-commerce data set, as you can see in this Excel file. This is the raw e-commerce data set we have, and this is an yearly data set. Okay, so we have, as you can see, this is an yearly data set 2025, and this is a synthetic data set that is created for this project. And in this, you can see there are so lot of unclean values as well. In this, you can see cash, COD, cash on delivery. We need to clean this, and also we have some missing columns, as you can see, unit price and the return reason, but we do not have the refund amount. We have return quantity here, so we need to calculate that as well. So many missing things and unclean data are there. And in this project, we will use some Power Query and build proper star schema. As you can see, we have built an proper star schema out of only one fact tables, and you will learn some data modeling tricks as well in this video. That is why data modeling is necessary and why data cleaning is necessary. And we will also develop some advanced DEX measures into this. So you will come to know how to write some advanced KPIs and DAX measures. So like this, you will learn how to use variables and top end and also some amazing functions. In this first page, as you can see, there are orders, return rate, monthly trend, and return Pareto. This is the 80/20 rule. So that is very important for business decisions. And in the second page, when we come, you will see the top category which has been returned here and the top reason why it has been returned and the heat map of the return reasons where the returns are getting returned here and product table here, detailed table. Also, we have some scatter chart here, which has some discount versus return rate. So there are many more things to learn here. So this is a beginner friendly or an intermediate level of dashboard here. So I would recommend everyone to watch this video until the end and let's start creating our data set, data. But first we will come to see this slide here. As you can see, this is the slide we have return and refund analysis here. So you can see in this data set we have 3100 orders of 2025 and return orders are 745. So return rate and refund amount is here. So we have a specific client problem here. In this client problem, the business sees return but cannot explain them fast enough. Okay, so the business are facing returns to their uh, inventory, but they cannot explain them fast enough. So they want to find the return refund leakage where the money is leaving through the refunds. So, but the client cannot isolate the exact category or reason or channel behind it. So this is the client statement here. We will not just show the numbers here. We will just solve the problem statement here. So, messy return reasons here. We have multiple channels, need cleaning, grouping, hidden root causes. Okay, discount risk. Heavy discounts may create low intent purchases. So here are the key terminologies that you may go through, like total orders, return rate, what is the formula of return rate, and return units, return impact percentage. And okay, so deliberate scope rule is here that you need to avoid net sales and ignore top 10 return category because they are not the final design. Okay, so we'll not show some basic sales here because that is not what we were asked for. Okay, so as you can see, the data set and data model I have explained here. So one row represent one product line here, and in fact orders dimension table I have mentioned here how to create data model. Okay, so this will be our page one summary here, and we so have some four KPIs and trend chart, Pareto chart, and return category, and same for the page two diagnostic design. Okay, so this is the our basic slide here. You can go through it. I will provide you link into the description. So now let's move on to our Power BI and start with our data cleaning and data modeling. start the video. And first of all, we will just use get the data here. So we'll just click to the get data, or you can click to the Excel workbook, and it will redirect to your file manager, and you can select our data set. I will provide you with this data set link in the description. You can download it and follow along with this video. Okay, so after that you will see such tables here. So we just need to check this orders table only. This is our main table here. So we'll just select this one and do not click on load, click on transform data, as we'll clean this data and have some data modeling as well. So this is a very important step before going ahead and building some visuals here. So as you can see now, this is our main table. So for the practice purpose, we can directly edit this file, but it's always good to retain this main file and create some another reference for it. So in this video, we will not do that. So let's see. We need to check the data types first here. So in our order line ID, we already have correct data types here. You can see 1,000 distinct and 1,000 unique values. So everything is valid and it is in text format. Same for the order ID, it is in text format. Uh, Order date, it is in date format. Make sure you check this date format here. Otherwise, you know what you need to do. Just right click on this and you can change its type to date. Okay, if it is not in your date format. So for the customer ID, it is in the correct text format. Customer segment, as you can see, it is in the correct format. We'll check it through it. So you can see, yeah, all the values are cleaned here. So we need not to clean this value, this column here. For the customer city, you can see everything is clean here as well. So no need to go for this one part as well. Customer state, you need to check this drop down always. It's a good practice to check this. So you can, if you have some blank or null values here, so you need to take action accordingly. Product ID is also in text format. It's all good for us. Product name, you can see, these are all in correct capitalize each word format here. So no need to think about it as well. Category is also correct. Subcategory is also correct. Okay. And for the brand part, we can see brand is also correct. Sales channel is also correct. For sales channel, okay, no, it's not correct. As you can see, there are some incorrect values here. Marketplace, they are appearing three times, but it is just only one. So if we will not clean this data, it will give us a inflated value in our format, in our visual. So what you need to do, just click on this column sales channel, go to transform, and in transform, click on format and use capitalize each word. Okay, now you can see uh, only unique values are remaining because there were some in capital letters, small letters. So there are only four sales channel here. So it is correct for us now. Now in the payment method, as you can see, there are cash, it is also cash. So same formatting mistake is here. So we'll just click on format and use capitalize each word. And after that, also you can see cash on delivery COD. They are appearing twice. Okay. So we need to correct this as well. So what we'll use replace value function here. Just right click and click on replace values here. And in replace value, what we want to find, we will say COD, and what we want to replace it with, cash on delivery. And in advanced option, make sure you take this match entire cell contents and click on OK. So, okay, so you can see we have some misformatting here. So we'll just another time we will just replay cut this value from here, and you can see O is in capital letter here. So we will just replace it like same way only. Go to the replace value to find COD and replace it with cash on delivery, right? So and click on OK. So now you can see cash on delivery, and all unique values are remaining here. So it is correct. Now for the quantity, you can see it is in whole number, so it is correct. So no need to touch that. And unit price, it can be in decimal numbers. So let it be in decimal numbers only. Unit cost, discount percentage. Okay, shipping fee discount percentage is also in decimal format and it is correct for us. We will just convert its value into the percentage from our DAX. Okay, shipping fee we have a delivery date here. Okay, so it is also in date format, so it is correct. And we have a return flag. Okay, so this is an important. It means that if our product is returned or not. Okay, so you can see there are many values: n, no, no, not returned, returned, y, yes. So we just want only yes and no. So we'll just first format and capitalize each word here. Okay. And after that, we'll just replace this return, return, and y and n with yes and no. Okay. So just copy this not returned. Okay. Right click, replace values, and we'll say replace not returned with no. Okay. And click on OK. So now you can see not returned has been removed here. Same we will do for return here. Copy and replace values, we'll say what we want to return here. So place this return here and replace it with yes. So now only yes and no and n and y has been remaining here. So we'll just replace this n and y to yes and no also. Okay. So go ahead and replace values here. Now what we want to find, we want to find y and we want to replace it with yes. Make sure you click with this match entire cells content. Otherwise, in yes column also it will give us double yes. Okay, so that we do not want here. So now it has been done. As you can see, y has been removed, and same do for n also. So go ahead and replace values and no match entire cell contents and click on OK. So okay, and so you can see we only have yes and no here. So this is correct for us. And return date we have some null values here. So it is fine. Why we have null values? Because you can see if the return flag is no, so there is no return date. Okay, this is the correct here. So we can ignore the null values here. Now we have a return reason here. In return reason also you can see changed mind, change mind, change mind. All are appearing twice and thrice. Just go to format and use capitalize each word here. And after that you can see everything is fine here. Change mind, damage product, defective. And there are two things here. Product not as expected and not as expected. So we need to replace this not as expected with product not as expected. Okay. So we'll just right click on this, copy, and we'll say replace. What we want to find? We want to find not as expected and we want to replace it with product not as expected. Make sure you click on match entire cell contents and click on OK. And you can see it has been removed and we remained with product not as expected. So this is correct and let the null values be there. Okay, so if it is not written, that's why it is showing null. So we did not always remove null because we did not need that because it will give us incorrect calculations and sometimes not removing null is also beneficial for us. So we have product rating. This is not useful for us. So our data is almost clean here. So what we'll do, we'll just right click and reference it. Okay. And reference, we will name it as packed orders. Okay. In this packed orders, what we need to do here. Okay. So what we'll do, we will just remove this customer details here because we will have only customer ID here. We will connect our customer ID with our dimension tables. Okay. So we will have in green here. So we'll just, it is good for lighter model and easy filtering purpose. Okay. So we'll just retain customer ID. Click on this customer segment and press control and click on customer city, customer state. Okay. After that, also we'll remove this product name because we have product ID here. We'll connect this product ID with our dimension product ID. Okay. So click on this product name, category, okay, subcategory, brand. All right. So this has been 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. We will remove 7 columns. Right click and we will say remove columns. So now you can see we have only remained with customer ID and product ID here. Okay. And we will just our fact table is now completed. Okay. So we will just now create some dimension tables from it. So go to the orders, right click and click on reference. And in this, we will say dim Dimension, for dimension, we will use some standard formatting as dim, and we will say products. So dim products, we will just remove only, we will just keep product details here, okay? And we will remove everything else. So what we want here, we want product ID, product name, category, subcategory, and brand. Okay, and the rest we do not need. So what we will do, go to the home and click on remove columns and select remove other columns. So it will remove all other columns from it. So now we have just remained with product details. So right click on this product ID, okay, and we will say remove duplicates. So we just want unique product IDs here because all the product IDs are duplicated here. So we do not want duplicate product IDs in our dimension also. Okay, so it is not good for it will not help us in modeling. Okay, so we want just unique product ID here, and so now our dim products has been created. Same ways goes go to his orders, right click and click on reference. And in reference, we will rename it as dim customers. Okay. So hit enter. In this, we will just keep customer details. Okay. So just click on this customer ID, customer segment, customer city, and customer state. Okay. So we'll just keep these columns. Click on remove columns and remove other columns. So now other columns has been removed. Same, just right click on this customer ID and remove duplicates. We just want unique customer IDs here. Okay, so our three tables has been created. Now go to the again orders and right click and reference here. So what do we want here? We want dim sales channel. Okay, so we'll say just channel only. Okay, so we want just dim channel. Just rename it. All right, so we want only channel here. So we'll just keep only our channel column here for the unique values here. So just click on the sales channel and remove columns and click on remove other columns. We just only want one column in this table and right click and we will say remove duplicates. Now you can see we only have four valid sales channel here. So this will be our primary filtering function and we will use this in backs to give us the unique values and correct for the correct calculation. Go to the orders again and right click and reference here. And in this reference, name it as dim return reason. Return reason. Okay, capitalize this one as well and hit enter. In this, we will just keep return reason, unique return reasons. Okay, so go to this return reason here. Click on this return reason and remove columns and remove other columns. In this also, right click and we will say remove duplicates. Now you can see we have only return reasons here. Now you can see we have a null value here, so we do not want this. So for removing this, just click on this drop down and uncheck this null and click on OK. So you can see filtered has been applied here. So null will be removed from this step and only this particular return reasons will be reflecting in our model. Okay. So now we will create a our final table here. This will be an optional table. We will not use it in our model, but if you want to further enhance this dashboard, you can go ahead and use that table as well. Okay, we will say reference, and in reference, we will say dim payment method. Payment method. Okay, so we will just select the payment method column here. So you can see this payment method here. Remove columns, and we will say remove other columns. And same ways, remove duplicates as well. Okay, so now you can see our all the fact and dimension tables has been created. So this is the main table here. So we'll rename it as staging query. Okay, staging orders. And just make sure you right click on this and uncheck this enable load. Okay, so now it will not load into our model because we already have a fact table and dimension tables which are derived from it. So whenever this staging orders table or excel, our main excel is updated, this automatically it will update this dimension tables and fact tables. Okay, so now it has been completed. Right click and close and apply. So our data modeling steps has been completed. So now we will just go ahead and create some data modeling and we will create a date table as well. So I will tell you how to create a date table with the help of AI. So it will help us and it will give us fast date table. So we need not to type manually the date table. Okay. So first zoom it out a little bit. Okay, and replace it here. Okay. Now you can see it has created some automatically. It has created our relationships here. So you need to always cross check this relationship. Okay. So just right click on this arrow and click on properties. As you can see now, identity is many to one. So many from fact table and one from dimension. So this is correct. Make sure this make this relationship activistic and the cross filter direction should be single. So this is correct here and just right click on this for the payment method. You can see it is connected with the many to one relationship. It is correct. Same way check for all tables. Okay. It is always necessary. You should always check. Do not trust on the auto data modeling of the Power BI. So in the return reason, you can see it is correct. Many to one single and you can see this property as well. Okay. So product ID is also correct. So now we will create a date table. Okay. So for that, we will just, go to our fact orders here. And in fact orders, we have an order date here. Okay. So we have order date. So according to this, we will create our uh, date table. So go to this chat GPT here. Okay. New chat. So in this new chat, we will just say it, create me a Power BI date table using variable min and max from my fact table column order date. Fact table name is fact or orders. Okay. Now just hit enter. So it will take a little bit time, not much, and it will give us the exact DAX for our date table. And we'll see it has given the variable min date and variable max date. And this is a simple date table here. Just copy this and come to our Power BI. Okay. And in this Power BI, just a second. Yeah. So in our Power BI, we'll say, yeah, go to this table tools and we'll click on new table. In this new table, we just paste this formula here. So you can see it has given always recheck this. Okay, do not blindly trust on the AI generated content here. So you can see variable min date. So it has taken minimum date from our order date and the maximum date from our order date. Okay, and after that it has said add columns in this calendar. The start date should be the minimum date, okay, and the end date should be maximum date. So it will be always dynamic. Whenever our orders table will be expanding, our date table will expand too. Okay. So now just hit enter here. Now you can see the date table has been created. It has created the date here. So in date, you will just use this short date format. Here we have month number, we have month name, month year month sort. Why we have used it? Because first we'll go to this month year and click on sort by, and in this click year month sort. Now it will come into the proper January, February, March, April, May month in our visual. Otherwise, it would have come in jumbled way and it will not look good. Okay, so we'll have month name here also. So month name, just click on sort by column and sort by month number here. Okay, so where is the month number here? So click on month number. So same way for this. And after that, go to this table tools and click on this mark as date table. Okay. So this is very necessary and make sure save it. So now it will behave like a date table in us, in our model. So now we need to create relationship as well. Okay. So for dim date, just click on this date table and drag it to our order date. Okay. Now you can see our dimension table is one and fact table is many. Or and save it. And you can see it has created our many to one relationship or one to many. You can say it, and it is correct. So now our data model is ready. And after that, we can move on to our Power BI visuals and tax calculations. Okay. The data modeling, all the tables are visible here. So before going on and building visuals, we will just set up our canvas size and background. Okay. So go to this visualization and click on format your report page. Okay. In this, go to this canvas setting and type select as custom. And width will select as 1600. Okay. And height as 1000. And in this vertical alignment should be middle. Okay. So yeah, this is completed now. And in this canvas background, go to this color and more colors. In this more colors, select as E4, EA, F3. So we'll give a slight blue background here. Okay. And in this transparency, select as 0. So you can see the blue background has been created. So our main page visual has been created now. So we'll just insert some shapes and create our background layout. Okay. So for that, go to this insert and insert shapes. Before inserting, we'll just go to this view tab and select theme as a classic theme. You can select any one of your theme as per your preferences. Okay. I will select this classic theme here. And in this, we'll just insert a shape. Go to the insert and insert shape and select this rectangle. So before going on and go to this style and select color as white here. And in this white, go to turn off these borders. Okay. So after that, go to this general and in properties, you need to select height as 83 and width as 1600. Okay. Okay. I mispositioned it, I guess. Width should be one. I just, no need to select width only. We'll just drag it. Okay. So just drag it like this up to the end. Okay. So it will give us an exact width. You can see now, go to the properties, you can see width is 1600. Okay. So this our layout has first shape has been created. Just click on the shape, Control plus C and use Control plus V. So it will copy another shape. So we need not to format it again. Now go to this properties and in properties, select size as 236, 236 height and width should be 193. So this is the our basic KPI size here and the position we will select as horizontal it should be 28 and for vertical we will select as 122. So now this KPI card has been created. We'll just click on this Control plus C and Control plus V and place it here. Same way, do the same. Make sure you are placing him at an accurate direction. Okay. So now the 4 KPI card has been created. So after that, click on this Control plus C and Control plus V, and we'll just create another uh, visualization here for our trend chart. Go to the general properties, and for the properties, we'll select height as 376 and width we'll select as 688. Okay, now we'll select. Okay, so do not select width only. Go to here. Uh, just drag it up to this part. Okay, we'll say just okay. So now just Control plus C and Control plus V this one and replace it, place it here. We can just increase size of it, increase its size. We'll just increase this one size because this will be our Pareto chart here. Okay. So now our dashboard layout is for 2 charts. It is created. Okay, and just increase its size here. So click on this Control plus C, Control plus V, and make sure you are using 2 exact shapes here up to this 2 KPI cards and drag it down. Okay. And make sure these red lines are meeting each other. Same way, Control plus C, Control plus V, and place it here. Okay, so you can see now our dashboard background has been created. So this will be our dashboard background, and it will be simple and elegant because we need not to build some fancy visuals. We'll just use some simple visual which will give us clear answers here. So main purpose of our dashboard is to give clear answers. So insert a text box here, and in text box we will give us heading as return and return refund analysis. return use and refund analysis. I'll just correct the spelling. First, increase its size to 24 here, and just Control plus A here and select as Sejo UI bold here. Okay, replace it. Just place it here. Okay, as you can see now our header is created. Just play. You can adjust the size of this text box here. Okay, so our header has been created, and now we will just start creating our KPIs and DAX measures. Okay. So for our first KPI, I always recommend you create a separate table for measures. Okay, so it is easy to relocate. So go to this table view, and in this table, click as new table and name it as uh, first page measures. Click on equal to and return. So now a separate table has been created. Just So in this table, we will keep only first page measures. Okay, so it is easy to relocate whenever we are using some drag and drop in these visuals. So before creating, click on this column and go to this model view. And in model view, just first place this first measure here because it will not be connected with any of our main table. Okay. So go to this, click on this column and enter a display folder here. We will select as KPIs. So we will and keep all our KPI measure into this one part. Okay. So now click on this folder and right click and we will select as new measure. So our first measure will be total orders. So it will be simple measures here. So you will select as total orders. Okay. In this, we will use a function called distinct count. So it will give us the unique values only. So distinct count, what do we want? We want order ID. So we will select order ID. Okay. And close this bracket and hit enter. So our first measure has been created. So go to this visualization and click on this card visual. And in this card visual, select this order. Okay. You can see order is 3K. We don't want in K format. Okay. So go to this callout value. In this callout, select total orders. Okay. And this value, we will say display unit as none. Okay. So, and we will say like horizontal alignment as, center here. Okay. So before going on to this all part, we'll just, turn off its background and also go to this cards and turn off the border, divider and background here. So after turning off it, go to this value part and value should be 18 only. And go to this label size and for the label, we'll select as 12 and color, we will select heading size, we will know. Font, we will select as Korean new. Okay. So now we can resize it make it to the center of the KPI visual. Now you can see the total orders has been created. Just place it a little bit upwards. So total orders has been created, and now we will move on to our second measures. Okay. So second measure will be our return orders. How many orders that has been returned? So go to this KPI and right click and click on new measure. So we will rename it as return orders. And after that, we will use a function called calculate here. Okay, so what it is asking us for expression. What does we want here? Okay, so we want distinct order ID. Okay, return. So distinct order ID, we already created a measure for total orders. Okay, so we'll select total orders. We want to calculate this. Okay, so for now we'll give a comma. It is asking us for filter. So what the filter we want? So we want to calculate the orders that is returned. Okay. So what we'll say, we have a return flag column here. So we have a return flag. So you select return flag and click on equal to, open the quotes and select as yes. Okay. And close this parenthesis. So what it will do, it will calculate the orders whose return flag is yes. So it will give us the return orders and click on enter. So now just click on this total orders, control plus C, control plus V Same way, just place it here. Uh, Click on this return orders and uncheck this total orders. So same way we need to do formatting also for this part. Just go to this call out part and this value select as CGI bold only and horizontal alignment as this and label should be 12 and same ways for the font it should be Korean name and just increase its size. So you can see it is giving us the correct value as per our PowerPoint presentation. I will go and see. You can see the return orders is 745 and you can see it is 745 and the return total order is 3100. So you can see it is 3100 orders. So it is giving us the correct value here. So our DAX is working fine. Now we will create another measure here. Okay, so we will just create four KPIs first and we will move on to our charts part. So we need to calculate the return rate. Okay, so you can see, go to this file and we'll see what does we want here. The problem statement is return rate here. Okay, so what share of orders were returned? So this is an operational risk. So return rate, we will just click on this KPIs and we'll select this new measure. So we need return rate percentage. So we select return rate percentage and equal to. So for percentage, we will use divide function here. Okay, so what do we want to divide? So we'll say divide return orders. So return orders is the measure that we just created. Okay, this one. So just click on return orders. We will divide this return orders by the total orders. Okay, so this will be the our denominator for our return rate and just give comma alternate result we will select as 0. Okay, if it is not meeting the value or there is any null value, so just hit on enter. Okay, so now just click on this KPI control plus C, control plus V, replace it. Okay, and in this, click on this return rate here and uncheck this uh, previous one. So in this return rate, you see it is giving us in decimal format. So just click on this measure, go to this format and click on this percentage. Now you can see the return rate percentage is 24.3%, which is a very high percentage, which is very high. So our three KPI has been completed here, and just we'll create a new measure. And what do we want? We want to calculate the refund amount. Okay, you can see it is saying the refund amount. Okay, so we want to calculate the refund amount. So what the amount has been refunded. So that is the loss of the company. Okay, so we'll just click on this KPI and we'll click on the new measure. And in this, name it as refund amount equal to. So what do we want to calculate here? Okay, so we want to calculate refund amount here. So before calculating the refund amount, what do we need? We want the uh, quantity that we have. Okay, written quantity. You can see we will go to this table view and go to the stacked orders. So you can see we have a return quantity table column here. So this is the return quantities here and the unit price is here. So we'll just multiply this unit price by this return quantity. Okay. So it will give us the refund amount. But we also have a discount percentage here. Okay. So this is the discount that is given to the customer. So we need to minus this discount from the unit price. Otherwise, it will give us the inflated return quantity amount. Okay. So for that, we will use some basic math function here. So just right click, just go to this refund amount measure here. Okay. So say calculate, and inside I will say sum x. Why we are using sum x? Because we do not have the particular columns for our requirement that we can use sum here. So in sum x, we will select the table. Okay. So we will select table as fact orders. So this is our table. Give comma, and it is asking us for expression. So in expression, we will say return quantity. Okay, so we'll say packed orders return quantity here. Uh, So what we'll do, say return quantity multiply multiply by unit price. So it will give us the exact, it will give us the normal return amount here, okay, refund amount that has been given to the customer here. So after that, we will say multiply it again, multiply it again by, we will say 1 minus discount percentage. So why we are using 1 minus here? Because 1 will act as 100 here, okay? So 100 minus discount percentage. So whatever the discount percentage is like 20%. So 100 minus 20 is equal, then it will give us the 80%. Okay. So the discount percentage will be removed and the 80% of the price that is only paid by the customer. That's why we are multiplying it by 80%. So this is an example. Discount percentage can even be more or less. Okay. After discount percentage, do not give comma here and we'll say multiply it again and we'll say 1 minus refund reduction percentage. Okay. And close this bracket. So this is our basic sum x here. After that, just close this parenthesis again. So sum x is closed now. Give comma. And our calculate function is active. It is asking about filter. So what do we want to give filter here? So we'll say return flag. Uh, the return flag that we have, it should be yes. Open quotes and yes. So it will give us the only amount where the return flag is yes. So we will get the refund amount and hit enter. So now just click on this return rate, Control plus C, Control plus V, and just place it here. And click on this refund amount and uncheck this return rate. Okay, so now it has given us the refund amount here. So this is like exact refund amount that is we have talked about in this KPI. You can see the refund amount is 3.82 million. So now we will move on to our charts. Okay, so our KPI has been complete. And we will just insert an area chart because we want return recent trend here. So just place it over this shape here and you can resize this part. So for that, in x-axis, we will drop a month number here. Okay, month name. So drop month name here. And this y-axis, we will drop as refund amount. This measure that we created for this part. So we'll just drop this part here. Okay. Now you can see it is showing us the refund amount trend here. But if in your case, if months are not coming in the proper order, so you can, what you can do, and also you can see January, February, there are so large numbers, large text here. Okay. So it's not looking good. So go to this table view, select this name date here. Okay. So in this date, first go to your month name and sort by column and select as month number. Make sure this is selected. Okay. And with this month name, just instead of 4M, you just select as 3M. Okay. And hit enter. Make sure you are using exact date table. If AI is given you different, it's not that problematic for us. So now you can see it is giving us Jan, Feb, March, April, May. Okay. This is good. And after that, we will also use the secondary y-axis here. So in that, we will use as return order. So the measure that we created return orders, I just drag into the secondary y-axis. Now you can see it will compare it, but it is not looking good. You can see it is giving us a spiked value from here. So it's not that spiked also. So we'll just go to this format visual and this y-axis. In this minimum, select as 147 here. Okay. So now you can see this chart has moved up, and for the same, go for the secondary y-axis, and you can select minimum as 10, or you can select as 12, I guess. Just select as 10 only. Okay. So now it is good. So we will format it now. For formatting, just go to the general tab and change its title to, refund amount. We can say monthly refund amount. Okay. And in this, text color should be black and heading you can select plus 11 and select CGUI bold here. Okay. And in this, after that, go to this properties, padding, line padding, select as 20 here. And same for this part as well, 20 and 20. So now you can see it is looking a little bit clear than before. And after that, just click on this visual. And in this line section, we will say change the colors of the written orders here. And black is not looking good here. So we'll change its color to a lighter purple color here. I can say. Okay, fine. This one you can use. The color code is here is B887878. You can choose as per your color as well. So after that, we'll select all here in this series, and the line we'll say join type should interpolation type should be smooth. Okay, smooth is looking good. And also you can see this is all dynamic here. When we will just insert a slicer here, just insert a slicer, and in the slicer we will say sales channel. Okay. So when you will click on this website, you can see this is all totally dynamic. It will give us the website and trend only. And same for the all the KPIs. Same for the offline stores. Okay. So just we'll just change its type, slicer settings, and select as title. Okay. And just place it here. Okay. Just place above here. Okay. So now it is fine. Just you can place it a little bit upwards. Okay. So our monthly refund amount trend has been, successfully completed. So after that, we will just make an important 80-20 principle that is Pareto chart here. So for that, first, what we need to do, we will create Pareto return reason. Okay. So what are the most return reasons that are contributing to the most of the returns? Okay. So you can see these are the return reasons, and we need to say which of the most common return reasons are contributing 80% of the returns here. Okay. So, or you can say most of the return reasons, returns due to this return reason. So, what will they do here? First, for for doing that, we need to, rank this all return reasons according to their returns. So, we'll use a rank X measure here. Okay. So, after that, just go to this first page measures, and in this, select as new measure. So in this new measure, rename it as return units. First, we'll create a normal measure that is return units. Okay, we do not have return units also. Return units. So in this return units, we will say some return quantity. We'll say. Okay, so this will give us all sum of the return quantity and hit enter. So our return units has been selected, and we will compare this with our return reason. So after that, just right click and new measure. In this, we will say return reason rank. We will use rank X function here. Okay. In this rank X, it is asking us for the table. Okay. For table, we will say all selected here. And is all selected, we will say dim, we will say return reason. In all selected, we will say dim return reason. And now it is asking for an expression. So what we will do here, just click comma, and in expression we will say return units that we just created the measure here. Okay. Now this has been completed. Just give a comma. Now it is asking for value. You can just skip this part. And in orders, we need descending. And after that, give a comma. And it is asking for the type. So it should be dense. It should not skip the rank. And then now you can see it has given us the rank. For explaining, I will just enter a table visual here. Any table visual. Uh, just hit and go to this dim return region. Hit enter. In this dim return region, we will use this rank X measure that we created. Okay. Return region rank. So now you can see it is giving us a return region rank. We will just increase the values here size. Okay. So now you can see the change mind is on the eighth part. Damage product is on third rank. We will just sort it. Sort by return region rank. Okay. So you can see now the change mind is on number 8 and product now not expected is at number 1. So means most returns are of the product not expected. So just we will delete this part here and the cumulative return percentage. Okay. So for that, we'll just create a new measure here. Uh, in this measure, we will rename it as cumulative return units. Okay. Okay. And in this, we will say use a variable and name it as current rank. For that, we will give us return recent rank here. Okay. So this is a rank without the filter. Okay. So it is the latest rank we will say. And then we'll say return. In this return, we will use function called sumx. Because we want row by row expression here. So we'll say sumx. In this table, we will use a filter function here. So we'll filter out some values from this table. Okay. So now it is asking for us a table. So we'll say all selected uh, return reason. So we will say when the return reason is all selected. So what you need to do? Okay. So we'll say when return reason is all selected and the return reason rank. The return region rank measure that we created. Okay, so you say the return region rank is less than or equal to current rank. So these are the filters that we are applying. So we are saying all the return regions are selected, and when the return rank is less than current rank, then what you need to do? Okay, current rank and close this bracket. So this is a temporary table that is created. Okay, so and now it is asking for us an expression. So what does we do? Then we will say return units. Return units measure. Okay. So now it is saying the filter out all the selected return reasons and where the current rank is return rank is less than current rank. Okay. Then multiply it by return units. And in this return units, then we will close this bracket again. So this is the cumulative return units we have created and hit enter here. And after that, we will create a cumulative return percentage here. Okay. Because this is the rank only we got now. So we want percentage also. So I will just explain it to you in via table format. So just create the table here, and in this table we will say uh, return reason, and select the cumulative return percentage. Okay, return units. So you can see just increase its value size here. Okay, so you can see this is a blank, so you can ignore it. We will remove it by visual level filters. So when we will say change mind is one first we will sort it by sort by cumulative return units. You will say sort ascending. So you can see the product not as expected is 228. Okay. After that, I will just create a separate table to compare and let you know. Okay. So create a separate table here. And in this same return reason and the return reason rank that we have selected, or return units, oh, sorry, and increase the size. And same do it sort by return units, sort. Okay, so it is good. You can see the product not as expected is 228, and the wrong size is original wrong size return units is 217. But we have calculated the cumulative return units. That means 228 plus 217. So it is 445. Same ways 228 plus 217 plus 184, it will give us 629. So this is the main thing that we have calculated here, that's cumulative return units. Okay. So now we'll just delete this part, delete this table, and we'll calculate it cumulative return percentage. So now we'll say new measure and rename it as return percentage. Okay. So I will just rename it in small format here. So in this, we will say function divide. So what do we want to divide? Our numerator will be cumulative return units. Okay. So we want to divide this, and it is asking for us the denominator. So for denominator, we will say calculate return units. Okay. And it is asking us for the filter. So for filter, we will say all selected return region. Okay. So this will keep respect filter of the return region, and we'll just close this parenthesis and comma 0 and comma. So what it will do, the numerator will be about the cumulative return units that we just calculated, and it will divide it by the return units. But for return units, it will respect the return reason percent filter. Otherwise, what will happen? It will give us the incorrect value if we do not remove the return region. Okay, so it enters. Now our cumulative return percentage has been created. And now we'll select as uh, line and clustered column chart here, and in this place it here. Okay, so now in this what we have to do, in this y-axis we will select as return units. Okay, so return units. So in y-axis we will select as return units, and in x-axis we will select as category here. Okay, sorry. So y-axis we have in line y-axis. Sorry, okay, it is a clustered column chart. So in line y-axis we will select as cumulative return percentage here. And in this x-axis, we will select as the return region. So now you can see in the return region, it is now I will just turn on the data labels here. So as you can see, and in this also cumulative return percentage, you just go to click on this measure, and in this format category as percentage here. Okay. So now you can see the product not as expected is 20.49. Okay. Percent of the return that has been happening. Same as the wrong size. Now they both are combined, and these both reasons are contributing to 39.98% of the returns. Same for this three. Product not as expected, wrong size, and damaged product. This all three is combined and giving us the return of 56.51% of the returns. Okay. So this is a very important chart for any company to analyze the data and know what is the exact uh, return reason that has been contributing to the return reasons. Okay, so now you can see a zero blank value is here. So we'll just go to this filters here. Okay, and click on this filter, and in this filter is the return reason. So in return reason, we will say go to this advanced filtering, and we'll say is not blank. Okay, select is not blank and apply filter. So now you can see the zero has been removed here. So it is created. Our chart has been created now. And now we will just click on this chart and use format painter and do for this. Okay. Now you can see it has been completed. Now we'll rename it. So title, rename it as return reason for it. Okay. Let's say return reason. Okay. So now just go to this visual and turn on the data labels again. And in this data labels, you can go to this position and select it as auto only. And in the value, color select as dark here. Okay. So now you can see this is created, and we'll just remove this background from this part. So our chart has been created successfully. So this is a very important chart to have. Okay. So now our both chart has been completed, refund amount trend and the return reason Pareto. And now we will create a donut chart here. Okay. So it will give us the value of the difference between the return reason or anything. So let's go ahead and create. Before moving on to the donut chart, we'll just create the return units by category. Okay. For that, we'll use clustered bar chart here. Okay. So use cluster. Okay, just click here. Use clustered bar chart. Save it here. And in this, we will select in y-axis. We will select as category here. Where is category? Just go to this dim products and select as category. So in y-axis, we'll select as category, and in x-axis, we'll select as return units. So return units in x-axis. And also we will select one more thing in this x-axis, that is total orders. That our first KPI. Okay. So you can see this total orders. We'll track it here. So now you can see it is comparing the return units by total orders. So this is thing. Just click on this chart, format painter, and format it. Okay, so it has been formatted, and we'll just color it, or go to these bars, and in these bars you can go to this layout and space between category, increase this part. Okay, and the space between series, select as 20. Okay, so now it is selected, and for the data labels, you know, position should be outside end. Now in this series, go to this return units. Return units is not good for us. Okay, so we'll color it as red color here. So you can give it this red color, and the total orders you can give it as a green color here. So now it is created. So this chart also has been created. Now you can save. Even make sure you save your file whenever you get the time. Otherwise, whenever the Power BI breaks, your file will not be saved, and the whole process needs to be done again. Now we'll create a donut chart here. So go to this donut chart and create it here. Okay. In this donut chart, I will say in this legend we will use a sales channel here. So go to this dim channel and select as sales. And after sales channel, we will say what are the return units. Okay, so return units here. Click on this and select as value. You can see now it is created, and we'll also have one KPI here. Okay, so if I want this control plus C, control plus C, and place it here. In this, uncheck this return amount and instead select this return units. Okay, and in this return units, call out value, and in value, okay, select this return units card here, and in this value, display unit as none. So now select this chart, go to the slice, and in this slice, you can go to the spacing part and you can increase its radius. Okay, uh, go to 82. Okay, it's fine. 82 is fine. And just click on this chart or go to the format painter and format it. So now it will be formatted, and turn off this data labels, detail labels here. Okay, so we'll turn off the detail labels, and instead we will use a legend, and it will be bottom center. Okay, so just resize this part, and in this bottom center, turn off its title. Now place this, select this return units and place in between. Now you can see this change has been it has been created. Okay, so it is totally dynamic. You can see the marketplace is this. You can just click on all the data will be filtered here, and you can see for the marketplace return unit is 323, and same ways for the mobile app it is 385. So it is a good visualization for us. So now our first page is almost done here. So what we'll do, we'll just put on some icon here. So go to this insert part, and in this go to this image, and in image go to the style image, and you can see you have an option of browse. So I will provide you this icons image in the description. Okay, so you can go ahead and add that part from that. Okay, so I will just open this part. This is not that one. So we will just meet when all the icons is completed. Our KPI has been completed. Now what we will do, we'll compare this all the KPIs with the previous month. Okay. So for the previous one, we will calculate using the month on month. I will explain it to you for the one measure. Okay. So you can copy for all other measures. Okay. I will not show all the measures because the video will be too long here. Okay. It is very simple. I will explain it to you how you can do. For that, just go to this first page measure, and first we will rearrange this KPIs. So go to this model view. In this model view, select all this extra KPIs that we have created, and enter a display folder as charts. So now you can see it is all in the charts, and the KPIs are in this KPI folder. It is a good thing to have a folder like this. Now click on this first page measure and click on new measure. So we'll rename it as total orders MOM percentage. I will, explain it to you what we will do here. So now we will use a variable here. In this variable, we will say previous month. Okay. So we will calculate the previous month total orders from this part. Okay. So go to this equal to sign. And in this, we will say calculate total orders and give a comma. Now it is asking us for the filter function. So we will say date add function here. So what this will do, it will give us the exact value of for the previous month. So in date add, it is asking for the dates. So for the dates, you can use dim dates here. Okay, dim date. Now it is asking us for the number of intervals. Number of interval will be -1 because we want for the previous month. Now give comma, it is asking us for the month, give the month, and you can close this bracket. Okay. So this will, give us the previous month. Uh, just close this bracket as well. It will give us the previous month value for us. Now I will just hit the enter here and just incorrect syntax near calculate. I just used, okay, so we have used variable here. So let's cut this one part here. Okay. Okay. So now I will explain it to you. Go to this and select our total orders MOM. And same ways, no, total orders MOM. Okay. And go to this call out value and the value, default value, go to start select value and display unit as none. So you can see the total order is 2702 and here it is 3100. How it is happening? Just click on this slicer and in the slicer, select month here. So there is our date table, month date table and select as month name here. So now we will select on February. Okay. So you can see on February, now this is the orders of for February, that is 201, and it is showing now this MOM is showing for the previous month, that is January. So it is showing us 209. So when we will go to the January, so you can see the total order is 209. So it is working fine for us. So we'll just remove this. I just want to explain it to you. That's why I did it. So go to this total orders MOM. Edit this measure. Okay. We'll use some variable because it is good for our model and to be lighter. Previous month is equal to now this was the previous month variable. Okay. Now what we want to do? We want to be for the percentage wise. Okay. So we'll use this return here. In this return, we will say divide the numerator. So it is asking us for the numerator. So numerator should be total orders. Total orders divided by previous month, that variable that we created. Okay, select part. Select this part. And this is our measure is almost completed here. And the previous month, just a second, we have made a mistake here. So this is not the thing here that we want to do. We just want to calculate the MOM. So we'll just minus it from the previous month. Okay, we'll minus it from the previous month, give comma, and we'll divide it from the previous month. So this is the standard MOM formula. Okay, that only we want to create and just give comma and hit 0. So if nothing matches, so it will give us a 0 value. And so our MOM has been completed. So we have calculated the previous month MOM and in return we divided our total orders by previous month and divided by the previous month. So it will give us the MOM percentage. So it has been done. Okay. So now just click on this KPI and Control plus C, Control plus V. And in this, uncheck this one part and go to this total dollars MOM. So we'll just, convert this into percentage. But before that, we'll just create a new measure here. That will be, arrow part. So new measure. And in this, we'll say total orders MOM variance. Okay. So in this, total spelling is wrong here. In this, what we will say, we will use variable MOM is equal to total orders MOM. So this is our variable, and in return, it's a return, and we will use switch function here. We'll say switch, and the when expression is true, okay, then give us a comma, and that we will say MOM no is greater than 0. Then what you have to give? It is the value we ask, MOM greater than 0. Then in result, what you have to give? So you have to give us unichar and 9650. So this will give us an upward triangle arrow. Okay, it is nothing, not formula. And we will say and function here. And in this quotes, we will give a space and close this quote. And again, we will use an and function here. So after this triangle, it will give us a space. And after that, what we want? We will say format, and we'll say format MOM by open the quotes as 0.00 percentage. Close this bracket. So this is the format that we want. Now give us a comma, and when we will say MOM value is less than 0, okay, then what the result you need to give us? So just copy this part here and paste it. So in this, give us unichar 9660. Okay. So if this both values are not met, then what do we want? We want to be no, give a dash here and 0.00% and close this comma. Same way, close this bracket. Now our measure is completed here and hit enter. So go to this total orders and and check this one and check this one. So you can see now it is giving us the an arrow here 14.723. Okay. So for this, you just go to this format your visual and go to this card call out value, and in this call out run off this label and value also select as 11. So now it is done. Just resize this part and place it here. Okay. So it is it now. Just we will select a slicer here, slicer, and for that slicer we will select as month name and select slicer setting as drop down. So now when we will change on the slicer April month, so you can see in April previous month it was 12.24% increase. Return is getting increased month on month. Okay. So, and now you can see it is decreasing. Means in February, the total order must be less. Okay. You can see the total orders was 201, and in this March it is decreased. So that's why it is showing us the decreased percentage. So it is working fine for us. So now we will give it as a conditional formatting color. Okay. So go to this cards, and in this cards, go to this, go to this call out value, and in this value, you can see this FX icon here. Click on this, and in this part, select rules. Okay, so in this rule, what field this should be based on? So in this, go to this first measure and select. Make sure select total orders MOM, not this variance part. Okay, same. Okay, now you can see it has created us this rule here. So click on this new rule. So our first rule should be you will say if value is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, and in this you can just leave it as max only blank. So if value is greater than 0, then give us red color. Why? If value is increasing, that means it is not good for us because returns are not good for the company. That's why we will give red color, not green. And same way, we'll say if value is less than 0, then give us green color. Okay. And okay. So now you can see it is in green color, red color, and whenever the value is decreasing, it will give us the green color. So it is good for us because if the returns are decreasing, then we have to, okay, so what in sorry, this is the total order. So in this total orders, we want increase in green only. So we just reverse the color of the order and hit OK. So total orders are increasing, that means it is good. But for the return orders, you need make sure you are selecting the red one. Okay, this is completed, and after that, just select this text box, Control plus V, and okay, just select this part and this select as versus PM. Okay, and select the size to 12. Resize, you can resize this one, and we will say Edge UI semi bold here. Okay, and just place this card above in front of it. So you can see now it has been created versus previous month. It is working fine. So now same wise, you need to calculate for the return orders as well. I think its spelling is incorrect here for the return orders. We'll just go to this. Okay, it's fine. So now what you need to do, calculate for the return orders, return rate and refund amount as well. So how you will calculate it, I will just explain it to you. Just, uh, copy this MOM, okay, copy this whole measures, okay. And so the whole measure, just you need to replace this measure, okay. So what you are calculating, uh, just a second. You are calculating for the return orders, okay. So for the return orders, make sure you are replacing this measure only. Just replace this with return orders, okay. So you will replace it with return orders and same ways in this divide also you replace this total orders with the return orders. So now it will give you MOM for the return orders. Okay. So I will just do it. Total orders. So total. Okay. So it will give you the MOM for the return orders. Same way in this for arrow one measure, just select replace this measure with your current that MOM that you have created. Okay. And same way you can do the conditional formatting and for all the MOMs. Okay. So we'll meet back when all the parts has been completed, and then we will move on to our page two. Okay. So that will be, return, return drive. Okay. So let's move on to it. Creating all the MOMs and reversing the color orders, you will find your page exactly to be like this. Okay. So you just add a slicer here. Instead of month name, okay, you just uncheck this month name from here and we'll add a date slicer here. Okay, in date also we'll just go to slicer setting and instead of drop down we will say okay between. So this will be good for us and we'll just turn on the slider here. Okay, so you can see slider is turned on and in this we will turn off the title here slicer header. Okay, now just resize it. Now you can see this is the date picker. You can pick up the date and you know exactly this values will be changing to how much dates you want to see the difference. Okay. So this is the okay. So our first page has been created. So same way we'll now just move on to our second page. So for that, first rename this page. Okay. So we'll rename it as executive summary. And the right click and you can set as landing page. Okay, whenever you upload this into Power BI service, right? So the associate needs to land on this page only. Okay, so this is the new feature that's added. Right click and set as click on duplicate. So now this page is duplicated. So for now we'll just delete all these things that we not need here. Same ways remove all the things. No, let's remove this API cards as well. Just we'll retain this one part. Okay, move it here. And then also this we will delete this one also. So now we will reshape this shape part. Okay, go to the shape and in this style, instead of style, we'll go to the general and go to this properties. So for the properties, we'll select height as 236 only. It's fine. And for the width, we'll select as 272. Okay. Now just go to this and select all and just place it here close to this part. Okay. So now what we'll need to calculate here. So first we need to calculate the average return days. Okay. So it is the return orders here. I will just ignore it. So we'll need to calculate return days. So for return days, you will go to the fact orders. So you can see we do not have the return days. We just have the delivery date and the order date here. Okay. So we need to find the difference between these both dates. Okay. So for that, we just use a calculated column. Okay. So go to this new column, and in this new column, rename it as return days. Okay. In this return days, we will use a function called if. So we will say if our, return flag, we will say if our return flag is yes, that means our product is returned. Okay. So we will say if our return flag is yes, and we will use and function here, and we'll say return date is not blank. Okay. So return date is not is blank. So we'll say when our packed orders, is equal to yes and return date is not blank, then what we need to do? When result is true. If it is true, then we will use a function called dated 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 difference. This will calculate the difference. Okay. So you say calculate the dated difference between delivery date, comma, and return date. We have a return date here. Okay. So find the difference between the delivery date and the return date. Okay, sorry, we do not find the delivery date and order date. We have a return date also here. Okay, so you can see the delivery date and also we have a return date column here. Okay, yes, see the return date it is blank, but it is there are values below it. Okay, so delivery date and return date and give a comma. Now it is asking us for the interval. So we want interval as day. Okay, just a second. So it will select, we will select as day. And after the day, just close this bracket and give a comma. If result is false, then what we need to do? Then give us blank value. Okay. And close this bracket. So hit enter. So now you can see it has been correct calculated and the values are here. So just run on this blank here. Now go to this. We will see the difference between the delivery dates 6 June to 29 June. Okay, so it is giving us the 23 days, which is correct. Okay, so recheck 1 to 2, like 30 April to 4 May, it is giving us the 4 days. So it is correct. Okay, so our calculated column is working fine. Now we will create a basic measure here. So for basic measure, we will just, create a separate table because you see we are in the page 2. Okay, so we create a new table and we'll keep all our measures into that table. We can page measures. Okay. So in this second page measures, click go to this modeling view, uh, click on this column and in this KPIs. So now click on new measure and we will rename it as average uh, return days equal to, we will use function called average here, simple average, and we will average our return days that we just calculated. Okay, return days column and hit enter. Now just replace it with total orders instead of total orders. Okay, with the return orders here. Uncheck this one and check this. Okay, so average return days, you can see it is 14.88. So for the time interval, it will be changing and it will be the dynamic. Okay. So average return days has been calculated, and same way you can calculate its month-on-month growth as well, like we calculated in the first part. Okay, so you can do that. So now we need to calculate of return category. Okay, so you can see in this our previous chart, you can see the top category. Okay, the top category we need to find, and the top reason we need to find. Okay, so this is also dynamic. You can see top reason is getting filtered according to the dates and all, and also as per the category also. But it's not the because it stays permanent only for that. So now we'll calculate same way. Uh, Go to this part. Just right click and click on new measure. So in this we will rename it as top RET return category. Okay. So in this, what we need to find, we'll use a function called top n. Okay. So we'll say variable top category table. So first we will create a temporary table. Okay. So just hit enter here. So in this temporary table, we use function called top n. Okay, top n it is asking for the n value. So we want one. Okay, top category. So we'll use as one give comma. Now it is asking us for the table. So now we will create a temporary table here. So for temporary table, we will use values function here. It will give us the unique values. Okay. So in this value, we will say dim product category. So dim products category. So it will give us the unique dim products unique categories. Okay. In this unique categories, what do we want in front of that? In front of that, okay, just we'll close this column and give comma order by expression. It's giving us the order by expression. So what do we want to be order by? So we want it to be return units. Okay. So after that, return units give comma and order one. It should be in the descending format and close this bracket. And after that, what do we want to return? We'll say return, and we will use function called concatenate x. Okay, it will combine the words. Okay, so in this, it is asking us for the table. So we'll say top category table that we just created in this variable. In this variable, after that, give comma and expression we'll use as category. So now it will concatenate it both. Okay, so after that, give comma and open quotes, give comma and open quotes, and hit enter. Now this has been calculated. Okay, so now you will calculate the return reason. Okay, top return reason. So just Control plus C and Control plus V this API and right click and new measure. In this, rename it as top return reason. Okay. In this, we'll say variable, and same way that we created the temporary table now, so we need to create temporary table here also. We'll say top. We'll say top return reason equal to. We'll same function top. Just a second. Top n, and in this top n, okay, you need to. It is asking for the n value, so give value as one, comma table. So in table, we will use values function, which will give us the unique values. Okay. So in this values, what do we want? Do we want return reason? Okay. Then return reason. So it will give us the unique return reasons. Close this, give comma, and we need to order by expression as return units. Okay. So now it is completed. And also, what do we want here? Just give comma here and order by descending. Okay. And again give comma if none of these values meet. Okay. For example, we'll just use function called first we'll select the column as return reason, give comma as as ascending. So what it will do if any of the values like two return reasons are giving same units, okay. So it will give us the descending format. If the two return units are no, if it is giving us the same units, then what we need to do? It give us in ascending format. Otherwise, if higher value are there, so give us in descending format. Okay. So this is an future prevention technique like we can say damaged product starts from D and product as not expected starts from P. So if both values are same, then it will give us the alphabetical order here. Okay. So this is nothing. Just close this bracket and we'll say return. In return, we'll use concatenate X here and we'll say top return table reason here. So we'll give us a table, give comma, and it is asking us for the expression. So we need expression as return reason here. Dim return reason. And give comma. Now delimiter it is asking. So for delimiter, open the quotes, give a comma and close the quotes and close the bracket. Now hit enter. So it is giving us the top return reason now. Same way, just uncheck this part and check this. So now you can see it is giving us the top return reason here. Same way, just go ahead and select the value as save and align it as center and the label should be 12 and it should be Courier new. We will just select the value size okay as 15. Okay, we will select as 12 only. Okay, and just replace it. Value size we will select as 14 only. So okay. So now you can see our top written category is fashion and top written reason is product as not expected. So as per date, it will change. Okay. So you can see for this time period it was the wrong size and same way it is changing. So now just delete this one. Okay, so our first three KPIs has been completed. Okay, so this was the KPIs that we needed for the second page. Delete this shape here, and for this shape size, we will select. Go to this general properties, and for the height, we will select as 456, and for the width, we will select as 1044. Okay, so that is okay. So I have selected incorrect value here. Just let it be. We'll just place it like this only. Height as this, and just okay. Make sure this KPI is with in connection with this both cards and our this resize this one. Height it should be 455 and length it should it be like this. Okay, 1022 you can expect it, or just will increase it a little bit here. And same way for this also. So now this the layout has been created. So now we will just create a heat map here. Okay. So heat map we will say category into return reason heat map we will create. Okay. So for that we will use a matrix table here. So matrix table, place it here and resize it. In this table, now we'll select in rows as subcategory. Okay. So for that, go to this products and drag the subcategory reason into this. You can see the subcategory has been inserted here. Now in columns, we want return reason. So return reason Just go to this dim return reason and select as return reason. Okay. So now you can see return reasons has been selected. Now for the values, we will select as return units that we created. Okay, in this first page, I guess. Okay. So you can see return units total order. Okay. We select search here. You can see the return units here. So just drag it into the values. So now you can see the values has been dropped here and go to this format visual and turn off this row subtotal and column subtotal. Okay. And in this layout style, style presents, select style as none. Okay. Now we'll just increase its size. So for that, go to this column header and increase its size to 11 here. Okay. So 11 would be fine. Same ways, go to this row headers and increase its size. Okay. 11. Now for the values part, first we will select do it like that. Just replace it so it the zoom slide bar should not be coming here. Okay. Now we'll increase the value size. For that, uh, go to this values part and increase its size so that our heat map would look a little bit good here. Okay, bigger. Big should look okay. So it should be 16. So this is done here. Okay, and this size to this part. Now we what we will do here. mm, Go to this cell elements. In cell elements, series should be return units. Okay, and turn on the background color. Okay, and before turning on the background color, you can see the zero value here. Okay, so this is a blank value. So what we need to do? Go to this return reason. Say return units. Okay, and return units we will say is we will say is greater than zero and apply. Okay, so this was not the case here. So you can say the return units of full audio. Okay, so we will say is not blank. Okay. So as we will format it little bit late, okay. So we just okay. So it is showing blank because of this one part. Okay, I forgot. So go to the advanced filtering and we'll say it's not blank and apply. Okay, so now it has been removed. So same way, resize this part here a little bit. Uh, so now we will give it as a color code. Okay. So for color code, go to this FX icon here. In FX icon, add a middle color also. Okay. So in the lowest color, what we will give the lowest color? Okay. So lowest color will be F. Go to this more colors and select as FF7 F6. Okay. And hit enter. Okay. Then we need to select as hashtag here. And select FF F. Okay. So it will be triple F7 F6. Okay. So it should be of 6 code. Okay. Now go to the middle color and in middle color select as F6 B8 B2. Okay. And in the highest color, more color select as B8 4242. Okay. So now click on OK. You can see the heat map has been created. Now for you can hide these values. Okay. So for hiding this, turn on this font color. And in this font color also go to the effects icon. Enter a middle color. Make sure you are using exact color code that we use. Okay. So same way we will select as FFF7 F6 for the lowest color. And for the middle color, we'll select as go to the more colors and we'll say F6, B8, B2, and the highest value should be B8, 42, 42. Okay, and it ends. So you can see now values has been disappeared and our heat map has been created. So you can see it is changing as per the dates, and you can see the wrong size on the men's clothing is returned highly. Okay, this is the return reason most in the entire, our data set. So this is a very important chart to have, and it will give us a quick look for us. So now we will create a scatter chart here. Okay, so scatter chart for the average discount and the return category also. Just we will resize this one. Okay. So before moving on to the scatter chart, we will just create an average discount measure here. Okay. So right click and click on new measure, and you'll say average discount. So in this average discount, we will use function called divide. So what we need to divide? Okay. So in divide, we'll use a sum x measure here. So we will say sum x and give a table name called fact orders. You know, give comma. And in fact order, what do we want? So we want discount percentage multiply quantity. Fact orders quantity. Okay. So it will give us the discount percentage into quantity. And after that, close the column, close the parenthesis, and give a comma here. Our divide function is still active. So this will be our numerator in which we are saying multiply discount percentage into quantity. So this will be our average discount. Every no discount, okay, discount value. And denominator, what do we want? We will say some quantity. We will say some fact orders quantity divided by this, and give comma and alternate result give as 0, and close the column, close the parenthesis. So it is giving us the average discount. Okay, now so for that we will just use as percentage here, and click. And in this formatting also you can give this percentage here. Okay, so now we will create a scatter plot here. So in for that, just click anywhere, click on this scatter chart here and place it here. Okay, scatter chart has been placed here. So now what we need to do, in x-axis we will add as an average discount here. So average discount we will add in x-axis. Okay. Now in y-axis we will add as a return rate. So in return rate we have already measure, that is return rate percentage. So add as a return rate percentage in y-axis. In size, size you can select as total orders, that our basic first measure. So, size will get increased here. I will decrease it later. And in the values, we want product name. Okay. So you say products, and you say din product name. You can see it is not looking good here because there are so much values and cluttering. Even it is very difficult to understand. So just go to the format visual, go to the markers. In each type, you can select whatever you want. I will select as a diamond here. And in this diamond, we'll say decrease the size here. Okay. So we'll say size decrease as 23. Okay. So this will be the size here that we will decrease. Okay. Now what we will say format it. Okay. So for that formatting, just click on this start control. Select as format painter. Okay. And format it. So now it is been formatted, and you can see now whenever you hover your mouse, you can see the product name, average discount, and return rate here. So we will add an average lines as well here. Okay. So for that, uh, first we'll rename it. So rename its title to average discount versus return rate percentage. Okay. So now alignment should be center. So you can see this analyze icon here. Okay. So click on this and go to this average line and click on add line here. So you can see an horizontal line has been created and again click on add line and series should be return rate. So an horizontal and vertical line has been created. And for the line, you can decrease the transparency and width also you can decrease whatever you want in that. So we'll select the color as red color only here. So red color for this and for this line also we'll select as red color. Same ways we will select for the markers as well. Okay. So go to this format visual markers and color. We will give a dynamic measure color here. Okay, for our average discount. Uh, you know we will give a dynamic measure here. Okay, so for that we will create a measure for color for that. Okay, so KPIs and new measure. In this new measure, we will say product return color. Okay. So in this, we will say first variable product return rate. Uh, okay. So in this, we will say return rate. So this is our one variable that we created. So variable product return rate. Okay. Now another variable we will create, that is overall return rate. Overall return rate. So in overall return rate, what we will do? We will say calculate uh, return rate measure and we will say remove filters here. Okay. So we will say remove filter product name. So it will remove the filters of the product name and it will give us the overall return rate of the products. Okay. So in this we are adding the filter of the products. Okay. Now our both variables has been created. Now we'll say return and in return okay, I mistakenly hit entered here. We'll say switch. Okay. So we'll say here switch and when switch it should be true, give comma and we'll say is blank function here. We'll say if our product return rate, okay, this is very normal return rate. When our product return rate is blank, okay, then what you need to give us? So give us a color that is uh, hashtag E8 E3 E3. Okay, so this is the color code that you need to give. Close this bracket. Give comma and I will say second value it is asking. So we'll say when product return rate is greater than overall return rate. Okay. So what you need to do? So in that scenario, just multiply it, I will say multiply it by 1.20. This is the average return rate and give comma and say hashtag A5 to A3A. Okay. So this will be it. So when we will say the product return rate is greater than overall return rate, so give us this color and give a comma and we will say uh, product return rate is greater than overall return rate and do not multiply it by 1.220%. Okay. Then give us which color you say hash okay hash D96773 and close this comma. Give a comma here. And if all the values are not met, then give us a color that is hashtag F3 C5 C9. Okay. and close this bracket. So it will give us the dynamic coloring option for us. Okay. So for that, now what you have to do, just click on the scattered chart, go to this visualization, and in this marker, go to this color option. You can see this FX icon here. Go to this FX icon. In format style, it should be field value. Okay, so what field value it should be based on? So it should be based on the product return color measure. Okay, and click on enter. Now you can see now it has given us the exact dynamic color here. So darker one for the highest return rate. Okay, you can see the 35% and the average discount is 13.7%. Same way, you can see the return rate here is low, 15%, 14%. So it is giving us the lighter shade. So it is also matching us as per our theme color. And also you can see the average line should be moving when you change the dates. Okay. So it is particular for the dates period. So this is an amazing visual for us. And last, we will just create one simple table here. So for that table, just click on this table, insert it, and place it like this. For that, now what you have to do, in columns, you just need to drag and drop the table column names. So we'll say the product name first, and after product name, you will say what is the total order for this product name. So go to this KPI and drag out total orders measure here, total orders, and after that, we will say return units here. So for that, we'll just go to this chart and drag your return units here. Okay, so total order were 23 and return unit is 5. So this is an overall look for us. Now we'll say return rate here. So return rate percentage, you can see it is 21.74 percentage. Now we'll say refund amount. So exact refund amount we need. After refund amount, say average return days. Okay. So average, yeah, you can select as average return days. And after that, you will say average discount also. So, so this is it. Our table is completed. Now we just need to format it. Uh, just go to this total and turn off the totals here. And in style present, you can select as minimal, or you can select whatever you want. You have bold header also, alternating rows, whatever you want. So I will select a minimal here. And in this column headers, increase its size to 10. Okay. And for the values, we will increase its size to 10. Okay. So now just, you can increase the space between this. All right. So this has been completed now. And our dashboard with from this part, our dashboard is almost complete. And same way, you can calculate the MIM for this also. And now you can see the dashboard is completed and just insert an icon for this also. Control plus C, Control plus V. And go to this format, style, image, cut this, and icons craft. We'll say, okay, just resize it. Okay, same way, just Control plus C here and Control plus V here. So now you can see our table has been created. Dashboard is totally completed and it is a very insightful dashboard. You can see the overall story with it. You can see the total orders was 300, 3100, in which the return orders were this much, return rate was this, refund amount was this much. So after this refund amount, you also had why the return rate is getting return here. So we have the return reasons and their percentage of the return reasons and what is the category of the returns and distribution by sales channel. So this is telling us a story here. And whenever you go to this part, you can say the top return category was fashion. So then the management needs to work on this part here. Same ways for the top return reason here. Product not as expected. This is not a good reason to have because the company is not giving the product as expected to the customers. So they need to work on these parts. Okay. So this is the dashboard that has been created and you can add it into your portfolio also for your if you are a beginner or intermediate. So it will help you in your data analyst portfolio and in job search as well. So this was it. Thank you for watching and make sure you like and subscribe the video. Thank you guys.